we were talking about capacity versus demand. And I said I had a question that I think only Debbie can answer. Shawn, you maybe have an opinion on it. I don't even have an opinion on it. This is a hypothetical. Would you rather try to double your business in a labor market like you had in the 90s, where plenty of clients, no capacity, which is, we're not quite as drastic as it was in the 90s, but we're kind of the same idea going on right now. Would you rather try to double your business then, or try to double it when unemployment is high, but the economy's in a recession?
I don't really care. You can pick for me. I really don't care. And here's why. I have grown my business dramatically in a recession when it was really hard to find customers, but actually we could hire like crazy. I have grown my business dramatically in a severe labor shortage where the customers were coming out of the woodwork back in the 90s. All the baby boomers were doing well, and they were very materialistic. We didn't have millennials hiring us and Gen Xers. And all those baby boomers, they didn't want to clean their house. And they also wanted the status of a housekeeper. And they all had tons of money, and I had no workers. And then the three major recessions I went through, and one was started by 9/11, which I almost lost my shirt in because I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know how to pivot afterwards. And it didn't matter, Dan, because our business is feast or famine all the time, unless you have stabilizing factors that make the extreme changes in the world, which we can't control, like pandemics and recessions and stimulus money and, all these things, right? The extreme conditions in the world and in our country, they're changing all the time. But if I have a stabilizing system, I can actually grow during any of those seasons. So the first few recessions that I barely came out with bloody knees, I was on my knees praying every night that my business wouldn't collapse. The first few recessions where I had customers dropping like flies, canceling, and customers that used to call wanting weekly, prospects who were calling saying, I just want monthly, or I just want one time. And I'm like, what? This is weird. Back in the 90s, I turned away monthly customers. I'm like, yeah, we don't take y'all, right? It was like, no, weekly or biweekly with my service. Customers were so plentiful. Then when the tables flipped, we had people needing work and customers not calling. Once I figured out the math and a few other structures, those horrible highs and lows, and we all prefer a more stabilized economy. We all prefer that, but good luck getting that, right? About every 5 years, you have some crazy thing happen. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be the election. It could be the recession. It could be the pandemic. It could be the cleaning business, economic boom, which we have right now. Those things are never going to stop. And so I don't really care. Pick your crisis. I'm going to grow through it. I'm going to scoop up the dead bodies and let them and take them on as customers, take on their customers. I mean, I hate to say it. It's ruthless, but it is what it is.
My favorite thing about that is one of the questions that we use to filter people out is we ask them to rate their luck in life in like 0 to 10. And I
just got a 10.
So like you didn't even play on the scale, Debbie. You refused to play on the scale. You were just like, no, like the question is bullshit. It doesn't even matter.
I create my luck.
Yeah, that's like, so every once in a while we get somebody that either rates a 10 or a 0 and is like, I don't even have an answer to this question because luck isn't a real thing. It doesn't matter. I just play the cards I'm dealt. And that's the exact answer you gave me, which is like, too many employees, I'll figure it out. Too many customers, I'll figure it out. Just figure out the math and let that guide your decision and like throw all the other bullshit out the window. I love it.
Exactly. Here was a game changer for me was, after years of coaching, right? And I know you know this, you get better at what you do just because you're a coach, right? You're probably even better than you ever were at bookkeeping. And Shawn is probably better than he ever was at recruiting for his own businesses. And as a coach, as I've gotten better and better at this, in my last major recession, I didn't have to hang on for dear life like I did the three prior. I grew during the last major recession while my competitor shrunk and some went out of business. Well, it's happening again. My business has grown and thrived. I hate to say it. I'm sad that it did through the pandemic, grown and thrived. And now we're just slightly overhired. So yeah, you create your own luck, people. If you have the math and the strategies and the systems in place, the discipline to follow through, you create your own luck.